Blue-white. Yes, we are going to be playing some blue-white, but we're going to try to be dumpstering on some Cascade lists and Tybalt lists tonight. We're going to be playing the most prison style of blue-white that I can think of right now, and that is an Isochron Scepter, Silence, Teferi, and maybe a little bit of Karn knowledge pool. Let's take a look at the list. Let's get into this. It's blue-white. So the main components here is trying to slap an Isochron Scepter down with a Silence and hopefully having Teferi out. In this point, if you're able to do this, you've got them at a hard lock because Teferi would prevent them from playing at instant speeds, and then Isochron Scepter would be basically able to activate, preventing them from ever playing. Now, we basically have a few ways to do this. We've got a few locks in here. We have Teferi and Karn. Once we assemble these two, you can also do this with Knowledge Pool. If the board is relatively clear, this becomes a lock. One last one we have here is Narset Parter Veil is here to help find silences for Isochron Scepters, or Narset's able to find Teferi, but also if Narset's on the battlefield and we happen to find Karn, we have a good Teferi's puzzle box as well. Things are going to get interesting tonight as we try to counter a few things and then lock our opponents out. Some would call this control, some would call it prison. We'll find out which way we're going tonight. Let's play some Magic. Oh, and I didn't include it in the deck tech, but we've got a Renegade. Let's go. Let's go. Yep, Lavini works with Knowledge Pool too. Lavini is just like the Teferi Karn combo in this list. There's a lot of weird things that could happen. We'll see how often we get our Silence combo. We'll see how many times we get smashed by our opponents just having tons of creatures. We're prepped for any red and or black matchups along with a little bit of green. We have the extra verdicts if we need to play a little more removal. We're ready. This feels solid. Conceptually, I get it. And hopefully we get to play a bunch of Teferis and stop Cascades from ruining us. Everyone's on the hype train of Tybalt. We'll just make them pay. Opening hand here. A bunch of lands. Karn. Narset. Supreme Verdict. No counters. I don't mind the hand. We'll go ahead and keep it. Remember, although we're seeking Tybalts, we don't have to guarantee we're always going to run into Tybalts. You're also on the hype train of Tybalts? Not surprised. All right, little Snapcaster here. We'll start with Scalding Tarn. My opponent's got a Temple of Deceit, which is an interesting one. Could be Ad Nauseam. Bit disappointed we're not on the typical red prison, seeing that we do have this going on. There's a Pentad Prison for our opponent. Go ahead and fetch. This could get kind of nasty here. We need some way to interact with my opponent here. An Isochron Scepter's not quite there. Let's go ahead and play an island and pass. They may hesitate on going for anything here. We just need to find that that silence, right? My opponent can play at instant speed. It'd be interesting. There's a Phyrexian Unlife. I don't expect me to flash in a Snapcaster here. I'm trying to look for those silences. No silence found. Little nervous to just play a Narset here. Maybe I can convince them I have a counter spell. So let's wait. Let's just wait. They may just go for it. I'd prefer almost to have Narset here using its up ability, and if I find one of the silences, I can use Narset. And if I find, say, a Force, I can always tuck that into the hand as well. I'm not going to fetch here to make it look like I had some way to interact with my opponent. All right, we have the option to either Narset or we wait again. I think we could potentially wait here. My opponent could also go off. Let's go ahead and wait one more turn here. Like I said, I think we're playing the game of maybe my opponent's worried about us countering something, And I don't mind representing that we have counter spells. After all, we haven't done anything. We've played lands. There is no reason to flinch here for us. If anything, we're trying to confuse them. We have 3 remands, 4 silences, 2 force negations, 2 cryptic commands, and a Teferi. Set of Teferis. Not to mention that Lavinia would be great right now because they've only got 4 lands. It would stop an ad nauseum. There's a Thassa's Oracle. Interesting. Sure. See? They're like, I don't know about this. Spoils of the Vault. They win. Well, alright. They get us. They get us. 1, 2, 3. How much does this go down? 5? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We would have found an Opt. Opt would have bottomed the Snapcaster and found a Hallowed Fountain. So nothing. Nada. Zip. Zilch. Alright, Lavinia seems okay. Doesn't stop really what just happened there. Torp Orb would be good. Unfortunately, we don't have that. Red or green cards? I can get rid of the Supreme Verdict and bring Lavinia in. Really, we can grab the paths out here. I suppose I could counter some red spells. They don't have that many, but if they had Lightning Storm. Otherwise, we really don't have a whole lot for this matchup. We are, after all, after a specific list. Play around Veil. I mean, I don't want 3 paths, so sure. I don't mind. Why not? We'll give it a shot. We won't prioritize having Aether Gust, though, obviously. Alright, would I like to play first? Yes. Yes. Oh, we've got it. Oh, we have to keep it, right? I think we could win this. We're gonna keep. Why wouldn't you? You have all the pieces. Ignore this Aether Gust. This is everything. Come on. They wouldn't bring an Artifact Hate. They would not do that. May I hit exactly a fetch? I kind of have to do everything at maybe turn 2, turn 3 or so. I wouldn't mind putting the Silence and the Scepter down after the Teferi with 4 mana, so I could Scepter, Silence, and then begin to do it. Exactly. They have no clue what's going on. Serum Visions. Absolutely fine. Let's see where these cards go. Yeah, they have no idea. I do like their Dreamtail, though. I would gladly put Dreamtail on. It's a good-looking bird. Just tune in and see this hand. Sold. Exactly. Come on. Fetch land wouldn't be bad. Remand's not exactly where we need to be. All right, putting Remand near the back. Need a land. We have 22. Land. That awkward Field of Ruin. That awkward Field of Ruin. I have 2 of those. We can go get white. There's a temple. All right. We can go get white. We're gonna go ahead and do that. I could take them off the gemstone. I should have specified color land. We don't need the City of Brass, I suppose. I prefer them to have to tap the gemstone at some point, and if we get to counter or something, you know. All right, so... I can't pick this Silence back up. I can hold up the silence in case they do something crazy, and I can silence, but basically I think I play Teferi here. You think I use Isochron with Remand backup? That doesn't really work. Oh, you're saying just put the Remand down. I don't know. I think I like Teferi here. Like Teferi and just uptick. And the silence is a way to interact with my opponent. Maybe they have a counter for this. They have a Spell Pierce, exactly. Dang it. Alright. Well, the silence stops some of that. I think the Teferi basically just means we seal the game the following turn. So there's a Phyrexian on life. Alright, we had a land. But we're learning the things. We're learning. I will put an Isochron Scepter down with a silence under it. I can't quite silence and do Remand. But I kind of like this, and I like at their upkeep. I like activating this. Should I? I think so. This is fine to do right here, right? They can only play something at instant speed. You don't think I want to? You do it in response, but then they could in response. All right. I mean, I think doing it there was maybe okay. I die if they have 2 Simian Spirit Guides. Not. Okay, yeah, I would. On that narrowest of margins, you're correct. There's a Narset. I think we can go ahead and slam Narset here. Go looking for cards. I'll take a Teferi. It's all going to shut on them soon here. That gemstone's almost done too. Oh, they're giving me the turn back. You're here to be a number? Well, thank you. I suppose I use Narset here. See what else? Maybe I grab a Force and then slam Teferi. I have another silence I could use. Isochron Scepter to put on Remand. I mean, I guess I have another Teferi now. Play a Teferi and see if my opponent wants to interact with me. They decide to Pact of Negation. Are they just going to pay for Pact? I was going to say, I think Pact is fine. We have another Teferi. Another Teferi, and I have an Isochron Scepter here. You think I silence here? I mean, I don't get priority. They're going to get to Angel's Grace. I can't do anything in response to Angel's Grace. But I could do something right here. So I would silence here, My opponent's got 3 cards. Because I don't want to remand next, right? I think I silence here. Bam. Cast. Silence. Alright, that resolves. We're getting the turn back. Gimme. Gimme. My turn. Come on back. Come on back. We're gonna just windmill slam Teferi again, I think. I have an extra land now. Teferi again. I mean, I guess I could bounce their Phyrexian. I don't think they can hit this with anything. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. And then on their upkeep, we're good to go. We got the lock. They can't do anything. They don't know. They don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they're just waiting to see what's our win condition. 6. You don't get to play Magic anymore, opponent. You can pack it up. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just use Karn here. There's no fear because of Teferi. We can Narset lock them. Really, I just go get Batterskull and like I can beat you this way. That works too. Nice, we did it. We got it. I think we ship it back. Win condition is bore 'em to death. Exactly. Just send it back, I think. By the way, Teferi could always pick up an Isochron Scepter too to put a silence under it if Isochron Scepter has like remand or something underneath it, which is pretty sweet. Which is pretty sweet. I'm gonna send it back. We did it. Game over. We won. All right. You really like this lock? This lock's kind of fun to assemble. All right. Blue-white mages out there, would you keep a double opt hand with Snapcaster, knowing that your Aether Gust is the worst counter in the world? I don't know if I can or not. Maybe I can. Not on game 3? That's true, and I'm on the draw. We could probably mulligan this and look for better things like this. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Now what do? Do I just cut Teferi with the idea that I can silence them? I can snap silence them. I can try to get Teferi down. This has got to be a keep and just get rid of a Teferi. Go, 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 opponent. Go, go, go. Bottom of land, exactly. Wait, where'd Teferi go? Temple for my opponent. Temple of Deceit. Scrying. Scry's to the top. Lotus Bloom. Lotus Bloom. Oh, it's gonna be a good day. Oh my gosh. Do I just slam on turn 2 the Isochron Scepter and try to Teferi on turn 3? Lotus Blooms are at 2. I'm banned from Magic? I mean, it's technically 2 and 3, but this doesn't make it a lock on 3. It makes it a lock on turn 4. Hey, thank you for the gifted sub. Let's try the Isochron Scepter. Oh, it resolves. We'll slap a silence under it. All right. That's pretty good. This is in the way. Let's put it way over here. All right. I'm going to leave this upkeep stop. That seems pretty good. They don't have Spell Pierce. A Gemstone just showed up. Do they play Force? Man, I just slammed Teferi bounce this, don't I? This Teferi stops these Lotus Blooms. It has to be that, right? I mean, I could try to Isochron Scepter, but they can counter this because you're casting it. You're just casting. We just slap down the Teferi here. Oops. See if they have the pact. I mean, if they have the pact, then they have 2 Lotus Blooms and very little after this. You have to have a pact here, opponent. You lose your Lotus Blooms in response to Teferi. All right, they did have the pact. All right, so they're going to get both of their Lotus Blooms here. So they could kill us here if they've got it. They need an Angel's Grace as well. Or they're going to be using these Lotus Blooms to potentially pay for this. Looks like we're going to be paying a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. Well, I think it's fine. I mean, they have 2 cards here. So they either have the combo or not, and they don't have the Angel's Grace. Although they're making black here. There's an ad nauseum. Well, they grab everything here. They can now grab an Angel's Grace. They'll have a black land and a Lotus Bloom. There you go. I was recently trying to teach someone how to play Magic, but you play an archetype that makes people not play Magic. Alright, opponent's got everything. Pact needs to be cashed in here. 2 Simian Spirit Guides. And some mana? What are we doing here? Because we don't have a Manamorphose. Oh, we're just going to cast Lightning Storm. I'm going to turn off the auto yields because I have 1 Flooded Strand here. Imagine if we had a Force. If we would have had a Force instead of the Aether Gust there, we would have stopped the pact. We would have won. Bummer. Close one here, match 1. We got to do what we wanted to. Not exactly the style of list that we were trying to beat. But hey, they do play a lot at instant speed. I'll discard my land. Why not? Let's join them in pumping this up. Just seeing if my opponent knows what's up. And F6. They do. All right. Good to check them on it. I like to check those online with this little interaction. Well played. All right. So ad nauseum takes us down. Again, not exactly what we were looking to be playing. It would have been tough to say. We weren't actually drawing another land for forever. Definitely slamming the Teferi there was the right choice, for sure. Match 2, we found it immediately. Let's go. Let's lock out some of these Cascades and Tibalt lists. We're going to find them, I'm sure of it. Let's play first. All right, we can keep this. Get to opt them, potentially. We got this nice silence here. Just got to find the last little pieces. That's all we need. That's all we need. Opponent mulligans to 6 here. Goes down to 5. Be the Tibalt list. Be the Tibalt list. All right. Scalding Tarn here. Turn Timber. Ooh, okay. We can definitely do something interesting to an Oops All Spells or other type of opponent here. Extra land. I don't think we actually need this. We'll find other ways to interact with our opponent. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Do I just throw it on the Isochron Scepter already? Oh my gosh, I don't belong in the blue-white world. Isochron Scepter immediately? They would have to have just the absolute crazy nuts here. I'm going to wait one turn. I'm going to wait one turn so that I keep a remand open. And then we'll look to put Isochron Scepter down. Maybe I wait 2. It's tough to say. Nah, Casey. We're gonna remand whatever this is. Look, they bolted in. Look, we're getting to remand this. This is perfect. Look at this genius play of ours. Bam. Remanded. I don't know how far this is gonna go though. Because now what? I can't do the silence here. I've got to hold it one turn and then Isochron Scepter and then have silence. This should be fine. This looks good. We can silence in a pinch here. We'll let Pentab resolve. No, you people are crazy. Look, see, they're gonna like go for it. Oh my gosh, they're thought seizing me. Are you kidding me? Just ignore these 2 cards. Take the cryptic command. Who's crazy now? That's fine. I can go get Karn and go get Tormod's Crypt. We're fine. You all think I'm crazy. I've got outs. I've got outs. My opponent's contemplating this combo and what's going on here. They're not too happy. I can see them frowning. See? He's frowning. Oh, that's because his hands are disappearing. Whoops. I don't think they can either. They do take silence, which is a smart one to take. Agadeem's in play. It'll be very hard for them to win. Let's just say that. I believe we slam Karn here, and I go get a Tormod's Crypt. And then they don't have Pentad Prism either. Get the Tormod's Crypt down. Looks good. Taking my silence. Come on. I can probably just get a bridge next as well. If I get a bridge next, we'll be fine. Oh well. Who needed the silent Scepter lock when you have Karn and Tormod's Crypt lock? Snap silence. Get owned. So like, what's the connection between seizing thoughts and hands dissolving? I don't know. All right. Lavinia is actually interesting because a lot of times my opponent's going to attempt to put the Salvage Titan into play. The Salvage Titan for that second spell, so this definitely interests me. We do have the possibility that my opponent runs Veil. So Aether Gust is a possibility as well. I don't mind an extra Supreme Verdict over spot removal such as Path. I like the Lorwyn one too. Some people don't though. So I like 3 paths out here. I kind of like 1 Supreme, Lemon Lavinia, and maybe an Aether Gust. Just hedging a little bit. We could also just have an extra path here. The Lorwyn Thoughtseize is perfect because it's a fairy. I know it's a little bit weird for some folks with the whole ear thing going on, but the fairy is literally stealing their thoughts. Or at least that's how I interpret it. All right, Path, Lavinia, and Supreme Verdict. I think I'm happy with this. Let's go. Let's go. We're the silence deck. We're going to win silently. Come on, Jose. Let's go. Bonkers hand. We basically win. Keep. We keep this. Bonkers hand. This should be a Hallowed Fountain. Unbelievable. Why did Casey convince me to put another Plains in? I used to own a foil set of them, signed, and they were my children for years. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. My opponent's mulliganed to 4 cards. Wow, that was loud. It was louder than normal. Almost 3 years. Cheers. Oh my gosh, I put a plus in there. Now we can Hallowed Fountain pass turn. Now I can fetch for Prairie Stream. Hooray! Man, Viridian, that's been a long time. You're right up there with the OGs, the originals. I don't want this Cryptic Command. Get out of here. Well, look at all this. I kind of want to slam her. Maybe I don't. That's kind of dangerous. Now that I think about it, let's wait. Let's wait. No, because if they were to put the... Man. Why is this always happening to me? I'm just gonna let this roll. They don't run removal. So if we do this, and they have land and Simian Spirit Guide and the Undercity Informer, we lose. No, we don't lose. I'm just bad at Magic. We're learning. I don't know how to play with this card. That's why it's a 1-of. That way I don't make so many mistakes with it. This is why we're gonna start moving into doing at least 2 leagues with a list so I can learn, and you can all be really upset with me, and then the second league will be like, look at how smart I am. Look at the intelligence level just rising. It's boiling. My opponent doesn't even know what to take. They take this, Snapcaster does it. They take this, they lose. They take this, they lose. They take, you know, they just don't know what's happening to them. All right. You said to do this. I'm going to do it now. Look at that. Playing unprofessionally out of turn. Who's going to fetch Prairie Stream anyway? Just draw the natural card. All right. They're good to go. They can blast me if they want. They're not blasting. All right. I might just attack for 2. Do I even play Narset now? I think we're good. We can just Snapcast or Silence at any point here. I'll wait until I draw something else. I could always put the Silence on top as well. There's Blade Spy. So here I just Snapcast or Silence. This goes off. Do I let this resolve? Right. This goes off. They will not be able to cast anything else. They lose their library. I do it right here. And then we win, right? I'm not even sure what they would do because I don't think they can cast anything else anyway. You think I let that resolve first? Yeah, I guess I let that resolve, and they're supposed to target themselves. Oh, they do target themselves? All right, well, we'll just Silence then. Oh, they have Pact. But you... No mana was spent. Get countered. Trigger. I don't think it mattered anyway. Look at that non-existent library now, opponent. I wish I could make you draw. Narcomoeba and Creeping Chills. Yeah. Well, I have Lavinia here too, but I just did Silence because it was cool. We're doing it all. We're making sure they're doubled down here. All right, they put a card on top, or on top, and it's a what's it called? Where is it? Nexus of Fate. You think they have one more chill? They might. This is a flying Narcomoeba. This would be 5. Put me to 4. Chill wouldn't do it. Well, we have Remand. I'll do this, but I will not put the Opt on top. I can play the Narset, and then I can just hold Remand. This should be fine. 4, 5 is what I'm taking because I'm blocking 5, 6, 7. I have the remand for the cast. You think the last card's Creeping Chill? I mean, we're gonna find out here. They can't cast the last card. Their draw card. 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to 2. Is Creeping Chill a sorcery? It is a sorcery. We could have gotten them with like a silence or something. I'm at 2. Okay. Land, do this Narset thing. Find silence. Slap silence down. I don't need to attack. They have nothing in their library anymore. I don't think they have anything in the graveyard that's helping them. Could be wrong. There's a lot of things in this graveyard. Where's that? There's sometimes they have that creature that they can do something weird with. Return salvage item from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. That's cool. Cool. It's in hand. Okay, they return this to hand. Oh, they discard a Nexus of Fate. Oh, that's brilliant. They did have the creature. Well, they get me. Clever. Clever. They discard the Nexus of Fate a few times. Clever. All right. We've learned things. Well, I don't think I have any changes here. They did play that well. I like being beaten like that. It makes us a smarter player for the future. Let's play first. Ooh, they are playing tight tonight. They are. I can't keep this, right? I've got 1,000 obs. Snap keep. All right, snap keep it says. It's 2021. Oh no. I do this on the whole instant speeds, right? My opponent mulligans to 3 cards. Down to 3 cards. I feel very good about my 7 now. They might just concede. I mean, I know 3 cards can still win. I'm just saying, I'm just like, who knows? Maybe they'll feel scared. I don't know. See, I won? Oh. We'll see if I won or not. Let's get rid of this upkeep stop. All right, I definitely need land, so if I see them, I'll put them on top. We have the Force of Negation. We'll see if that becomes a thing for us. Opponent misses a land. We'll definitely opt again. Land I'll put on top. I prefer a different land. I don't find the other land here. Let's go ahead. No, we'll just wait. I could pitch the opt to the Force here. Really not terribly concerned. We'll opt again. Bottom of Remand. Field of Ruins, okay. Scalding Tarn's slightly better. Fetch Shock here. Slap down Teferi. Use to draw a card. New Teferi. We're looking for Isochron Scepter now. Field Stone Rains them. True. Oh. Well then. Put that upkeep stop. Let's go to upkeep. Cast. Where's my trigger? Yes. Yes. Always yes. Cast. Always cast. Haha, I got you, opponent. I got you. Oh, we got another one. All right, let's blow up their land. Boom. Oh yeah, we did it. We got the lock. We did it again. It works. 1-1. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know, would you call this a controlling list or would you call it a lock, more prison style list? I mean, it controls a little bit with the counter magic. I guess it's still a lock or slightly more prison list because it's trying to assemble pieces in order to win the game, not by progressing through damage. Even though I have colonnades, the ultimate goal is to lock them out. Lock control. Now we're just getting super technical. Who asked for your opinion anyway? Wally, be quiet. Where's the one of days undoing? There's only so much you can put into a list. You gotta smash it all in there. Isn't control just a version of lock? Ooh, all right, we have a triome. We might have found our target. Let's put the Hallowed Fountain in. We might have found them. This isn't Jund, but it doesn't mean that they can't do trickery. Have we found our opponent? Ooh, Stomping Ground, okay. This is definitely not our opponent. Definitely not the right opponent. What is this? Oh no. All right. If they're not Rug Scapeshift or something like that, and they're more on the Titan plan, putting Scepter down here with Silence could make them not able to ever put a creature down that kills me. And then unless they have exactly Teferi plus like sorcery speed. And I think I'm gonna go get another Hallowed Fountain just because I have a Supreme Verdict in hand. I know that does more damage here, but let's go Isochron. It looks like Bring the Light, it kind of does. Could be Rug Scapeshift, it could be a few things. But I'm thinking their stuff's at sorcery speed. And so from here on out, I could potentially just use Isochron Scepter on their upkeep and work my way into other fun things. Niv Delight could. I really think whatever they're doing, it's going to be more or less at sorcery speed. Now, if it's a Niv Delight, I'm a little worried because Isochron Scepter could be killed. Because they'll have ways to get rid of a artifact. So we need to get to a point where I can maybe defend the Isochron Scepter. As of right now, though, we're looking good. On their upkeep, I am going to fire this off since I don't have counter spells. We might learn something here if they try to do anything. Cast it. Resolves. Winner. Misty Rainforest. Alright, smacks me with the Tribe Elder. We need to find a few more lands here to be able to do something special. Ooh, a few more lands. I want a few more lands. That's what I want. I'm afraid to put this down and my opponent have a 5-drop, like you said, like Niv or something like that. Let's just play casually here with my opponent. I hope they don't have like Cryptic Command. They currently don't because of the amount of blue they currently have. Teferi Digs? Yeah, but it would open me up one turn, and I don't want to do that just yet. Another Teferi. I don't think I can let them have this. I've put them on a deck with sorcery speeds, although a Cracking Misty Rainforest finding blue is troublesome. At any point, they could counter this if they have the counters. They don't seem to be trying to do that, though. I want 2 lands and slam Teferi. That's all I want. Ooh, castle. Oh, I've put them on the right list. Now we're just slowly dying. I can probably go ahead and path this Sakura Tribe Elder. Let's get rid of a Isochron Scepter. I need to do it this way. Yes. Silence. Silence is stopping all of this too. Walked airplane. I'm getting tired of this Tribe Elder smacking me. We're going to path him. That castle is a pretty good indicator that my opponent is on more creatures. For sure. Alright. They decide to sacrifice so that the Tribe Elder is in the yard. Basic plains. Fine. Give me a land. Please. Oh no, they have Field of Ruin. Can I have a land? We're on turn 7. This is a problem card. This gets out of my lock. Continue to cast the Isochron Scepter. The last thing I need is them to get too many things going on. Oh yeah, Field would be nice. Supreme Verdict could get rid of these zombies. There's a land, finally. Alright, so what we can do here is I can snap to block a zombie here. I'm going to use the Misty Rainforest. Makes sense. Okay. So we have 2 zombies. We'll use our Isochron Scepter. I'm probably going to jump in front. I don't see a reason not to jump in front. Not seeing a land yet, it's good. I'd prefer not to see too many more fetches if possible. Ambush Viper. Woo! Yeah, I'll pick that path. Jump block. All right, I'm down to 9 though. No land, no land, no land, no land. Good. All right, we got a land. Perfect. Perfect. Teferi, bounce, Isochron Scepter. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Now I need a way to get rid of Field of the Dead. All right, we have him hard locked out of spells, but not out of lands. So the one thing I could do is work to potentially empty my hand and then get a Karn down. It's going to be a little bit harder with different counters and stuff like that. All right, zombie. Zombie, zombie, zombie. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus Karn. Karn down tick could go get Batterskull. I could also get Liquid Metal Coating. I think I need to set up a turn where I can Karn Liquid Metal Coating to get rid of this. Let's go ahead and use Isochron Scepter here. We can always tap the team to draw. We could always Supreme Verdict at instant speed here as well. So Isochron Scepter, cast Silence. Fetch the Prairie Stream. I will fetch the Prairie Stream. Attacks Teferi. I sort of like the idea of using Cryptic Command here. To return permanent and draw a card. My opponent can't interact with this. We draw a Flooded Strand. No land. Okay. We're good to go. Uptick Teferi here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Karn. Down tick. Go get a Liquid Metal Coating. pass the turn because I have to activate Isochron Scepter. Activate Isochron Scepter. Say yes. Silence casted. Resolve. Fetch. Put Cryptic Command on top for the future. Ta-da! We did it. It should be just about as hard of a lock as we can establish with the list. I don't even need to go get Knowledge Pool, though I could go get Knowledge Pool, hope to spin off one of their cards, and then play like Primeval Titan. Whew. Only 5 minutes down on the clock. Why tap when you can bounce? Exactly. Bounce. So Aether Gust for this matchup. Supreme Verdict. Is the Renegade any good? Summoner Pact is about the only thing I can think of. That was a flex. Our mind is slowly being sculpted. There's no Jace here. Jace is hidden. It's actually Karn that's sculpting. He's creating my mind. No. Each opponent can't cast non-creature spells with converted mana cost greater than the number of lands. So learning opportunity. Hits non-creature spells, hence the use against Tybalt, but not very good against trickery necessarily, unless you see like Omnis or Ultimatums or things like that. So I'm thinking board a Renegade out. That's what I'm thinking. I like Silence. We could snap Silence and take some turns. Clearly my opponent doesn't have too much of that going on. I like the Supreme Verdict. I don't mind Remand. Force of Negation looks like it could be potentially not as good. That could be quick 3 Aether Gusts, new counter spells. Shave a Path, if they resolve a Titan we're done for? Absolutely not. But I guess I could take the Path out. I could. Maybe a Supreme Verdict is just better, but I have a bridge. Remember, I'm a weird control list. I can actually lock them out. But I actually don't mind the shave here. This is probably a little bit better. Let's go. You're really hoping your Wi-Fi holds up tonight and my chat stream don't get super out of sync. Hopefully not. We have an Isochron, Snap, and some Cryptics. I don't mind the hand. It's not very great though, but we'll keep. Got a piece here. Can go get a Hallowed Fountain. Snapcaster lets us rebuy something small. We could always put Isochron Scepter underneath or on top of a spell. Not Cryptic Commands. That's cheating. Hello, Calico. How's it going? All right, Path. Path is all right. I could Path my own Snapcaster, ramp myself to Cryptic. All right, we just Valakut and Triome here. I think I'm pretty safe to go get this Prairie Stream so I don't accidentally draw it in our future. Aether Gust is a pretty cool one. Could have put that under the Isochron Scepter. I'm gonna just hold it up for a turn here. All right. I'm tempted to put the Aether Gust underneath the Isochron Scepter. My opponent's playing essentially red and green cards. That would be pretty good. I could wait a turn here too. I'm about to give my opponent 4 mana. Castle needs itself +4, right? Castle. Card. Castle Garen Brig. 2 and double green. So this would be the turn to go ahead and put it under, but if I do get a silence, that would be nice. All right, let's Let's put down the Scepter and try to stick it under the Gust, or stick the Gust under the Scepter. It's a bit of an odd one to do here, I will admit, but I think it could be beneficial. We may not be playing Teferi anytime soon, we'll see. Could have done the Scepter under the Gust the previous turn. Looks like my opponent's just chilling. We're all gonna chill here. I'm gonna leave myself Scepter and Path open. My opponent's basically gonna have to double spell me. That's a lot of red mana. Did we not figure out what they're on correctly? Oh gosh, there's silence. Gotta keep a silence. Colonnade, go. Again, we'll leave Path, Silence, and Aether Gust open. Next turn I could Teferi and silence them, snap silence them. Cryptic, bounce Mystic Sanctuary if I get another island to put silence back on top at some point. Scepter bounce with Teferi. We could find the way. End step here, I kind of want to go ahead and Snapcaster Opt. Yeah, Teferi can bounce the Scepter. And Mystic Sanctuary can put the silence that I use back on top. I'm gonna opt. I just want to go a little deeper here. Bonus silence. I'm gonna put that on top because now I can play Teferi. Let's attempt to play Teferi. I can bounce Snapcaster here too. Let's attack before we do too much more here. So we attack here. I'm gonna actually, I guess I'm supposed to bounce the Isochron Scepter next turn here. At upkeep, we just silence and then we establish our lock. Silence from hand. Next turn, bounce Scepter, play Scepter with silence. Yeah, we good with how this is formulating? Look, I can hit the F6 button. That's what a Prison Master does. I'm just gonna shock in all the time. That's what we do. Bounce Scepter to put silence back underneath. Gosh, we got Karn too. This is good. Attack for 2 and do the Scepter things. Nice. Nope, there's nothing. Nope. They good. There's nothing here. There's nothing. Clean games. Hydrated so much, salt doesn't matter anymore. Silence, F6. This is a hard lock. Well, except for field. We're about to slap down a Karn, silence them, do the Teferi uptick, smack them for 2, do the things, do the things, do the things. This looks like my kind of list. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think you were going to be playing Magic? 1, 2, 3, 4. Karn here. We can play our Flooded Strand pretty safely. We can down tick 4. Let's go. I want to do the Liquid Metal Coating, but I want to actually steal their stuff, so I'm going to take a Knowledge Pool this time. Attack for 2, uptick with Teferi and pass turn. Is Trickery a modern deck? Yes. Yes, it's been kind of everywhere. We're hunting it. Hunting it when we can. Uptick with Teferi. Pass, go to their upkeep. Cast. I just want to play a Knowledge Pool, everyone. I just want to do a Knowledge Pool. They have 4 mountains? Yeah. This needs 6. I'm not afraid of Valakut. Dang it. Alright. I need another mana open for Isochron Scepter. So we've got to go Liquid Metal Coating. I thought that kind of combo would be a little typical for Modern. Pool shuts off the need for Scepter. That's true. That's true. You're not wrong. I'm wrong. You're not wrong, I'm wrong. We're fetching. This is interesting. Stomping Ground. Oh, do we have a way to get rid of Karn here? Oh, we do. I'm wondering if I want to path this and play Knowledge Pool and see what happens. I kind of do. We're just going to go for this. Don't judge. I see you all judging out there. Don't judge. We got this. Another land. We have the Colonnade. Don't worry. We have a backup if this messes up. Don't worry. You want to swing in two? Look at this stuff. Ooh, Scape Shift. Thankfully, we stole that. I don't like any of that under there. There was nothing good under here. I can't bounce Liquid Metal and replay it and steal it or whatever. All right, go ahead, opponent. You're scared? Why are you scared? Don't be scared. It's okay. Don't be scared. We're just having fun. We've got this all under control. Don't be worried. Don't panic. Look, I got an opt. That didn't do anything for me. All right. I guess we'll close the game out. Let's close the game out. All right. Well, my opponent doesn't want me to close the game out. There you go. Playing a little bit with our food there. We've got the cryptic commands to maybe like bounce Teferi. We're doing the scepters as well. We have our Teferi pretty safe. We were hoping that they would find a Primeval Titan and I get to use this. They ended up ditching a Bring to Light, so. Calico, thank you for the resub. Welcome back. Let me see here. These are sounding a little louder than they normally are. Those were what, subs? Sound volume 10 and variation is 20. That's why. Bam, fixed. All right, next match here. To be honest, you still don't understand subbing. What do you not understand? Let's educate. Avaris is playing Dark Souls 2 like a nerd. We're playing Magic like a nerd. Oh my gosh. Let's do it. Keep. What a hand. You're just clicking buttons over here? What's the name? Oops, no spells. That's so rude and so appropriate. This is a snap keep. We're going the distance, right? Show me something I'm not worried about here. I want to do this on turn 2. It is time. Ooh. What if I silence them right now? What if I silence them right now before they can thought seize me? Are we trying to permanent silence people with Scepter? We've already done it twice. All right, what would you like to take, opponent? There's some goodies here. Take the silence, I snap silence later. Take the Scepter. It's probably the best thing you can do. Please no. I wanted to so badly. It would be a good 0 for 1, right? Or 1 for 0. You know you could have. This list makes you feel squeaky clean. They take Snapcaster. They're insane. You're insane, opponent. I should probably fetch Prairie Stream more often than not, but I'm trying to save some life points here. Let's slap down the Scepter. They might have ways to destroy this Scepter. Go ahead, opponent. I'm assuming they have K command. I'm assuming they do. Can't do anything this turn. We know that. Let's just see a creature here. Next turn, silence. Maybe a couple turns silence, and then try to get Teferi down and able to silence as well. I don't know. There's a Wrenn in 6. Okay. Man, I just Teferi here then, right? If I hit the land? I don't hit the land. I'm a noob. Alright, at upkeep we'll just Isochron Scepter them. So they won't play anything other than an instant speed. Which should be okay here. Silence. Cool. Resolves, no bolts. Got this weird Wrenn in 6 that they got going for them. Bloodstained Mire. Fetches immediately. Nice. Nice. Picks up the Bloodstained Mire. Good actions. I need lands. Got one. Hey, thank you for the follow and the sub. Welcome. How are you? It's not quite time to Teferi, probably. Let's fetch. And then use Opt and Isochron Scepter them one more time. We need to up the sub goal. I'm not about that. Do we have 2 basics yet? We can do this. Let's opt now. Oh my gosh, do they have K command? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I just got owned. Silence? Alright, what do we do here? Do I silence them at upkeep? Kind of worried about what they might play here. I think I do. I think I continue the silence train here just for a little bit. Gives me a turn to get Teferi down. It'll look really awkward if I end up drawing like an Isochron Scepter here. But they could Thoughtseize me. And then we're just losing the silence or the Teferi, more than likely the Teferi. We are almost at a point where this Wrenn in 6 is going to hurt me. Teferi. We can bounce technically here. Although if I bounce, then the Wrenn in 6 happens. So let's just go up. I guess I go upkeep again here, silence. Kind of just trying to buy ourselves time. This Wrenn in 6 is a little bit of a problem. Them resolving that pretty early. This Jund opponent's doing its thing. Putting this up one more here allows them to K command frequently, which is a problem. Alright, we have a clear turn to do whatever we want here. We find a Karn. What am I getting with a Karn? My opponent's finally going to get to play Magic. They probably get to steal whatever I put into hand. I could uptick or downtick with Teferi and see if I can find a land. If I do, I could Karn downtick Pithing Needle the Wrenn in 6. Of course, we've been silencing my opponent for forever now. The floodgates are just going to happen. I'm gonna go down here looking for a land. That way the Karn can immediately play it. Nice. Who knew that was on right there? I think Needle's what I want here. Obviously it's exposed, but we're gonna try for it. Ren and 6. It was a line we took. A lot of exposure here with my stuff. Bloodbraid Elves are a thing. Bolts are a thing. Abrupt Decays, Assassin's Trophies, pretty much anything. But maybe my opponent will forget that they can actually play Magic now. Nope. We lost our Scepter. We lost it to the K command. If we didn't lose the Scepter to the K command, we could have been in good spots. Bolts Teferi. Wooded Foothills. Basic Forest. Bloodbraid? Bloodbraid spins the wheel. Valky, of course. Ah! Needle gone. Smacks Karn. Bloodstain Mire. Fetch. Basic Swamp. Pithy Needle. Colonnade named. Oh my gosh. What just happened to us? Well, if I don't name Ren and 6, they just down tick and then they have a K command that would get rid of the Pithy Needle. That was an incredible turn. I know we had been stopping them from playing stuff, but to cascade into exactly great Tybalt, I think we can concede this. We've lost the floodgates here. And if I get a Scepter down, this gets rid of it. I'm done. I'm done, opponent. You got me. The floodgates. What's an opt gonna do? Psh, none of this gets me there. All right, this is for the Aether Gust. This is the Purges. This is Supremes, and Lavinia is potentially a thing here. Although my opponent's not all in on this Cascade. They're kind of doing what we did in our Jund video, where they play it in there for some value. That hurt you all the way in Canada. That hurt us really bad too. So definitely Supreme Verdict in these Aether Gusts. Definitely like these. Maybe she's just not worth it because they're not all in on it. There are a lot more creatures. Could get rid of the Force of Negations. You know what? Let's do Force of Negations out for Aether Gust and Lavinia. Let's do a Supreme Verdict in here over one maybe Silence potentially, or maybe one Isochron Scepter. Yeah, Force of Negation's already in the board here. I want these Purges as well. We can maybe take one path out. I don't like doing that. I think it might be just a Silence and an Isochron Scepters out. And then a one-of something else. It shuts down the Cascade if the Cascade hits a Tybalt, and if it does, they can just put Valky in instead, so that we don't get any value. I don't need Verdict. You don't think so? Okay. Okay, we'll play Purges. All right. Do I bring any of the Silence Isochron Scepters back in? Probably not. We'll trim the combo just a little bit. We can always Karn to go get an Isochron Scepter as well, so it's not like we've cut that many Scepters, but they have ways to interact with our Scepter a bit more, so I think I like trimming one of those. Opening hand looks completely fine here. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter it. hold on. Each opponent can't cast non-creature spells, and then whenever opponent casts a spell. Okay, so the non-creature side is the land part. The other side, okay. All right, so it does shut down Cascade. I still don't think it's worth it because they'll probably just pick it off before anything happens. We'll let the Inquisition resolve here. If they take the opt, fine. Lavinia is going to be taking some getting used to. All right. Takes an Aether Gust here. We'll definitely opt. I'm happy to take a land here. We do need to work on those. Let's play Island, pass. They have no idea what 2 cards we drew, so give us a moment here. I'll probably just F6 through this turn. I don't have anything that I want to be doing. I just hope they don't really play Wrenn and 6 right here. It'll be really awkward if they play Wrenn and 6 with the Aether Gust that they took, but what are you going to do? Okay, go ahead, opponent. Now we have 3 mana. That's got to be a little scarier for them. A little bit scarier. Not a lot, though. Opponent's probably still pretty happy. Bloodstained Mire uses this immediately. No real surprises there. We'll probably snap opt. If there's anything I'll be doing this turn. What do we got? Liliana. Picks up the Bloodstained Mire here. There's a Croxa. I suppose I could put a Mystic Sanctuary to the yard. Don't need that card necessarily. Would like to keep my Snapcasters and Cryptics. Well, that kind of answers what's happening there. Snap. Honor opt. Could always snap Aether Gust the Wrenn and 6 if I wanted to. They'll take the other Snapcaster Mage, then I will opt. We're on turn 3, so they've got just the mana that they have. I'll put an Aether Gust on top, that's fine. We'll definitely be shocking in, though. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I could Purge here. Purge, Cascades. I can then hit either Bloodbraid Elf or I could hit the Cascade card. Kind of like purging Wrenn and 6 here and passing the turn. And I'll go ahead and attack. I'm not afraid of a Bloodbraid Elf. Let's not be afraid of Bloodbraid Elf. There's no need for that. If they slam a Bloodbraid Elf, fine. That's fine. We're a little afraid of multiple Bloodbraid Elves. That could be a problem. All right, Bloodbraid Elf number 1 hits a bolt. All right, probably no real reason to use an Aether Gust here. We'll let Bloodbraid Elf hit us. Okay. This is silence. Okay, let's see if we can get a value out of this Cryptic Command. It's getting grim, that's for sure. Need a way to remove this Bloodbraid Elf. It's not really good to bounce either. Looking to Cryptic Command something here, otherwise I could on their turn try to bounce this. Cycles a Peatland. I'll just draw a card. Hallowed Fountain. I don't particularly like our position here. Especially not after a bolt. I'm probably going to just have to tap and maybe draw. Once again, I could Aether Gust this away, but they know about this cryptic command. I'm going to go ahead and tap and draw. They could have K command, Lightning Bolt. They could probably find another way to do the damage. Ren and 6, Ren and 6. Well, no, they don't have an extra green. They're going to Kroxa? Well, then I'll just not take any damage. I need a removal spell for this. I really want a Supreme Verdict, but we only have one. There's Kroxa. Okay. Get rid of an Aether Gust. Land to Unknowns. Wonder how many of these they've got. I have to hold the Aether Gust now because I've got to bounce the Bloodbraid Elf if I miss my spell. Shocks in. Uh-oh. Now I really want that Supreme Verdict. Alright. They can attack me with both. I can Aether Gust 1. I'd still take 2, and Silence doesn't stop anything. Good game, opponent. They got us. Yeah, I want more of this against Jund. Alright, we're 2-2. 2-2. Let's get a W. Let's start the night with a 3-2. Come on. You blame Kroxa? You blame Kroxa? I don't want to bounce both of those at all. They'll just put both on top and just outvalue us. Maybe we don't play Aether Gust in this list. Maybe that's not a thing we're supposed to be doing. Maybe we should have some more proactive things. That was a good Jund matchup to maybe set us up for League number 2 and make some adjustments. Humorous Bloom, thank you for the sub. We're up to 2 on the Boros thing. And many others have resubbed as well. Thank you and welcome. Wow. Let's go. Match 3, match 5. Let's play first. Ooh, I just need a silence. I don't have a silence, but I just need one. I'm gonna keep this. Let's keep a little bit more of a sketchier hand. Pretty Inquisition Thoughtseize proof. Teferi is probably still not too bad in the meta, just because it does prevent this Cascade stuff as well. I don't know, Mana Leak might be more appropriate than an Aether Gust. We're gonna play this one twice tonight, Humorous. Oh, snap. Hammer time, okay. Maybe not hammer time. Not hammer time. Maybe hammer time. Please stop, opponent. This is a little too much. What is this? You found your silences? What is this? Hold up. This enters with X gem counters. Remove a gem counter. Target creature can't attack or block this turn. Fine. We have a 2 thing that's affinity for artifacts. Target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. We have baubles, welding jars, and mantles. Thankfully, I'm playing a Karn build, but oh my gosh, do they have more? What are we? What are we against? I'm so confused. Foundry Assembler? This is just a 3/3. All right. Am I worried about this? I don't feel like I'm supposed to be worried about this yet. Maybe soon. Just gonna put Hallowed Fountain, tap, go. I'm gonna draw a card, fine. What if I just put a path under Isochron Scepter? Manaless Affinity? I'm not going to look at the list. I'm learning on the fly here. Mirror Enforcer. Dum, dum, dum. All right, almost everything is at sorcery speed. Scepter plus silence may not be fast enough, though. Oh gosh, we're improvising more? Oh my gosh, my opponent's got the nuts here. Can I get a Narset to help me find Supreme Verdict now? Oh gosh, I got another Teferi. What does that do for me? All right. We'll play Teferi and bounce maybe Enforcer. Because it's 4 damage. I know they're going to replay it. It's not the point. The point's tempoing. I need to draw cards. Scalding Tarn, huh? Because I can find cryptic commands and buy myself a little bit of time too. All right, go ahead, opponent. Maybe they'll attack Teferi with the Ornithopter and tooth it once. Frogmite, Mirror Enforcer. My opponent's all in on this. Russ would be very proud. Yeah, look at this. Smart play. Tooth it. Tooth it. Goodbye, Teferi. I take 6. Go to 9. I'm needing, like, Cryptic Command. I don't hit Cryptic Command. I bounce the 4, 4, 3, 6, 7, 8. They pump once. That's 9. All right. Cool. You got us, opponent. You got us. All right. We should be okay, though. We've got answers. Yeah, just these two. Just these two. Maybe hold force. Remands look awful here. Nothing to purge, nothing to gust. I could maybe bring Pithing Needle in just because it's probably better here because Karn's going to shut everything off and Pithing Needle can just be a 4th Karn for some stuff. Scepter probably wants to put a path underneath it, honestly. So if I see Scepter and path, I think I keep. You'd rather a remand rather than a force? I'm just going to remand something they're going to put back underneath, right? I guess the force is... Casey, you told me the other time, too, about that Supreme Verdict, and I don't know about you. Maybe you're Tron Master. I don't know. I'm going to go with my gut with the Force of Negation. Keeping in mind that we might bridge them, Force of Negation would be better than a Remand. We're playing this prison style, not control. Prison style. Look at this. This might work. This might work. I don't know what I'm keeping, though. I mean, I guess I haven't mulliganed. And I have 2 tap lands. This is really awkward. 2 tap lands. You play blue-white control, correct, but I play prison. Gotcha. I actually don't think I'm keeping this, but we'll see. We're gonna keep, we might force a welding jar. I know that seems weird, but just hear me out. Verdict, blow them up. You also play prison? I also play blue-white control. Well, Paradise Mantle I don't care about. See this. This might be worth a force. Because if I'm planning the Supreme Verdict in a few turns, this could be just the force. Boom. Forced. I'm doing it my way. Get out of here. Get forced. Yes, it's worth losing her. Goodbye. Azorius are tricky people anyway. Bonesaw, who needs that? Memnite. Look, Briber's Purse, who needs that? Bobble. Oh my gosh, it's all zeros. This is why it doesn't matter if we have her or not. Their hand's empty now. Stops one artifact. Look, see, I need to draw 2 running lands. That's what I need. Wow, they use Bobble now. I'm gonna Thoughtseize them. All right, tap land, go. We can play Opt later. I'm probably not putting Opt under Scepter. We need to hit our lands so we can Verdict. This game's almost won. Watch. We're gonna slap them with Karn and they're gonna not be able to do anything. Nothing. What is this? That's too much. Stop. Whoa. Barricade Breaker. The 7/5 Jumbo. Doesn't have haste. Let's hit some lands. Oh, Narset, you're not a land. Bottom. Oh, land. All right. Oh, path. Oh, path. Oh, no. All right. So, all right. Hear me out. I should probably just take the 10 to 11 damage here and throw the path underneath. Because after that, I can path each turn if I miss. Or do I just want to, path this, save 7 life, hope to draw in the next 2 turns because this is like 2 attacks. I take 11 here. I take 12. I take 12 here. If I take 12, then the next turn I can path this. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Path. 18, 19. I'd be alive. You're getting sceptered. You're getting sceptered. They have to equip this. They don't want to do that. This list needs Orum's Chant. I don't know what that is. All right, F6. Best draw is actually at a land tier. Backup is just start smacking them with Scepter. Tormod's Crypt. What a joke. What a joke. Equips Bone Saw. We're getting smashed for 12 damage. Smart to put it here because they know the path has to go here. Uses Bobble. It's silence for kicker that can't attack. I don't want kickers. I don't want them kickers. All right, Bobble activation. Land. We did it. Okay, we're good to go. We're golden. Ladies and gentlemen, strap in. We have liftoff. Get Verdict. And they can't do this because I forced it. Feels good. All right. Guess what Karn's probably going to go get? Bridge. Yes. Yes. Get Karned. Stone Rained. I'm not going to get Liquid Metal because it's probably very unlikely that it will matter. They'll just play things for free. You'll concede your statement there on Raman. I gotcha. It's okay. It's a learning stream. It's okay. We're learning together. So I really don't think so. So thinking about this Remand, we just Remand. It's a 2-mana cantrip most times now. And because we're not playing Wrath of God, which maybe is actually consideration, seeing something like that, and maybe other regen spells, Supreme Verdict is harder to cast as well. These are things to consider for future games. If we do that, then yes, maybe we don't need the Force because we're not so worried and we need to just cantrip. But at the same time, if they play something very interesting that's not a creature, the Force is nice. Now, the Force could, on your side, the Force could get stuck in hand. We might have to force our own thing if we're playing the bridge plan. So you have to decide. the same time, a remand gets stuck in hand, and then when you cantrip it, it stays kind of stuck in hand because you get a card. It's tough to say. It's tough to say. Doomscar's considering a consideration. It's just a little bit worse if you need it right on turn 4, like that. If we would have had to top deck the destruction spell, it would have been rough. Here you go. So we have a force of negation, but I can't use it. And apparently I'm playing first. My opponent chooses not to play first. That's interesting. So I'm gonna not draw. I have a force. Huh. How do I play this? This feels decent. I think I'm gonna go for it. We'll keep this. Go ahead, opponent. They let us go first. Why would they do that? We're gonna slap them with the silence here. They'll just empty their hand right here. 8 cards instead. Citadel, Welding Jar, Bauble, Ornithopter, Paradise Mantle, Bone Saw. We're just hoping this is not a super big whammy here. It's a 3/3. We can handle the 3/3. No more, no more, no more. Stop. All right, you can use Bauble. That's fine. All right, Bauble trigger here. Supreme Verdict's a really good draw for us. We're going to Scepter and put a silence under it. Plan is currently to use the force of negation only in a big nasty thing shows up. But otherwise, Scepter should buy us a turn to get to Supreme Verdict. We're hoping they don't slam down a big 7/7 here. Sanctum, 2 unknowns. Paradise Mantle's not scary. They're trying to pay cost for this last one. Uh-oh, they're tapping. Oh, it's just the purse. I don't care about that. It's the gem thing, right? All right. Getting hit for 4. We can manage. Upkeep stops in place. I hate when you draw cards like this. So I could either Pithy Needle, Welding Jar. If my opponent top decks a creature here, it's probably okay, but at the same time, it'd be nice to stop that. Let's see, Shock in, go to 14. This is 4. This is a 4-turn clock. If I go Shock here, it's still just a 14-turn clock. Not 14, 4-turn clock, because it doesn't shrink it to 12. I'm at 14. We can do this just like this. It doesn't change the clock. We get to name Welding Jar here. I suppose the scary thing is after the Supreme Verdict, what they can play if I use the Scepter, but we'll use it anyway. I don't want them to like Bauble or something else. All right, we're on lockdown. 4 damage in goes to 10. Now the question was, do we play the tap land there and do we gain anything? Maybe my opponent. See, if they played a creature, then the jar gets really awkward because they can save even a bigger creature. So the idea here is land Supreme Verdict. We miss. This is getting a little awkward here. We do need a land. I will take a Teferi as well. Hits me for another 4. I go down to 6. 2 turns here. There's the Colonnade. We're going to get out of this. Barely. The question is what'll happen after. That's the question. What happens after this? Black Lotus off the top. All right, down to 2. Verdict. Go ahead, opponent. We have the Force of Negations. I'll probably use them. Go ahead. Paradise Mantle. I won't use it for that. Don't really care about this either. Not with a Karn potentially showing up. Maybe I care about that because of how big these can get. I don't think I care about Bribe's Purse either. 4, 5, 6. See, I think they can always pay for this, right? Well, but I'm not like stopping this anyway because, okay, I forced the first thing or even I forced the last thing. They're always had enough here. They do get to go get another barricade though. This is a 7/5, so I have to opt to find a way to get rid of this. They get a Mirror Enforcer off of this, so they get 2 creatures. Nice. Better get an Infinity card. Let's opt here. Bottom Flooded Strand. It's a Snapcaster, which gives me a block, but that is it. I will play on their turn, though. I can block with Snapcaster, use opt, find path, buy myself another turn to find Supreme Verdict. That's about it. All right, they attack. There's no trample, right? No oh. They only attacked with one thing. We're flying in. We're blocking. I don't need path now. What am I playing against? All right. They tore Mod's Crypt. That's fine. I'm getting a block here. We're lucky they didn't attack with both. Not really sure where we're going after this, though. I guess I should have Isochron Sceptered there. Shouldn't I have? To prevent the Frogmite from showing up? Oh my gosh, we didn't do that correct at all. They did just play around Settle. All right, they attack with more than enough here. Wow, that was something else. 2-3 with the list as our first outing. We're gonna run this again. Don't worry, hang tight. Let's see what we thought though. Isochron Scepter plus Silence was really good. Our Aether Gust almost never became valuable. Lavinia would have been really nice for that last list after we really considered it. And we did pitch it in game 2, but in game 3, it just didn't happen for us. I think we can put that last match on as an outlier. We're here to try to find Tybalt's and Cascade cards, and we're just not finding them, but that's okay. Narset's pretty good at digging. I think I like generally what we were doing. Yeah. We locked some people out. We've got a good handle on it. Let's go again. Let's do it.